Good morning, everyone. Morning, Musket. Morning, Frovai. Morning, Shiobi. Morning, Lemon. Morning, Rav. Oh! Are we all good? Are you ready to lock in? Oh. The sun's not up yet. I am on. Morning, Boo Bear. I'm still eating a sandwich, so, yeah. Are we all good? Yeah. You know, um, bit tired as maybe you'd expect, but, you know, we're okay. We're okay. Mm-mm-mm. I'm just finishing. Got a sausage bagel. Technically here, but still dozing. Yeah, same plump, same. It's alright, we still got a bit of time. It was a crazy day of action yesterday. Absolutely crazy day of action. If anything, Korea was most straightforward region. What a wild day. Holding a bagel is sus. Morning, Mo. You woke up not too long ago, got 2 hours sleep. Don't envy you, Lemon. I reckon I probably got about 4 or 5, somewhere in between. Morning, Robo. Any interesting upsets in NA and EU? Yeah, Salem. Yeah, some stuff happened last night. Some stuff happened. Where do we even begin? So I guess spoiler warning if you haven't watched the games. But Team Liquid got 3-0'd by Timeless. It wasn't a close 3-0, I can tell you that. Blown out of the water, their Team Liquid. Nightmare, equally blown out of the water. Very few teams left in the water after last night, honestly. Gen.G, also blown out of the water. So many teams just, I'm trying to adjust my camera here, but yeah, so many teams actually getting a really rough ride of it in this opening weekend. Well, not even opening weekend, opening day. Yeah. Yeah, I think questionable decisions about comps, about bans and stuff from Gen.G throughout. That contributed to it. VP were good for it. I think VP probably would have won anyway, but Gen.G certainly didn't help themselves. The Team Liquid one, again, you can actually make the same argument, which is feels a weird thing to say about Kasaurus and Danny. It feels like they just ended up just playing the hazard mirror at every map and they couldn't enable anything different for their team. So it feels like a missed opportunity there for them for sure. Well, the matches today. I'll bring them up while I'm eating and yapping. Where are we going? Oh wait, I need to send this to Craigie Craig. Where am I going? Wikipedia. So yeah, New Era T1, Way, Crazy Raccoon, and FTG Poker Face. It's 3 a.m. in Canada. Coughing so much that you can't sleep. That's for worse, actually. I ordered some Mackie D's so I can eat while watching the stream. Hope you feel better soon, Max. There was one thing, I forgot what it was called. Whenever you have those, because those are the worst when it's like a niggly cough where you can't sleep. I can figure out what it was called, but there was something I got, or my fiance got me from a pharmacy, which was like a numbing spray. So you just kind of spray the back of your throat. It just numbs it for a little bit. And it tastes a bit rank, but it just makes the sensation go away for a bit. So it's like helps you get to sleep. Because that's always the worst thing I find when I'm sick. Like it's one thing to just feel a bit groggy and a bit tired and coughing and all of this. But it's when you can't sleep that you start to feel really bad. I imagine Mackie D's don't deliver that though, so that might be a thing. Mm. Mm. All right. um, I presume crusty. It's probably normally what. Sorry, let me finish my mouthful. In regards to the bands, I think crusty will decide. But um, normally what happens is you get um, but like the coach will decide. But it'll be a conversation between the team about like, oh, here's what I think they're gonna do next. Should we do this? Should we do that? It's like a bit of I guess a democratic process. But I think crusty will get the final say. Shout out YouTube chat. You're right, Kenobi. All about the long run. Having to cope with a lot of my power rankings right now. All about the long run. Let me bring that up. Sorry, so you can see the fixtures as well. We got studio mode. That'll just be easier. We can get some dulcet tones of our Korean friends in the background as well. Oh, careful, Max. Don't get yourself in an accident. You gotta lock in. I do check YouTube. It's on a different, like, Twitch is here, YouTube's up here, you know. So I just forget about it sometimes. Krusty and Jugbuck, hell of a day yesterday. Yeah, Alcacia, also disappointing result as well. Again, the biggest disappointment from Alcacia isn't maybe that they lose to Peps, because word on the street was Peps were in good form and really competitive with our three partner teams plus TU and Alcacia. But really the biggest really the biggest thing for Alcacia is more that they were actually they lost by a country mile, right? It wasn't close at all. That's the most worrying thing. That's the most worrying thing. Yeah. Because there's a series you can lose, right? I'm trying to think. But a lot of the losses we saw yesterday, like, we saw Team Liquid lose. We saw Nightmare lose. We saw Alcacia lose. We saw Genji lose. And all four of these losses felt like really bad losses, actually, you know? Yeah, and that's I think that's why it felt so bad, because it's not like they just lose a close series. You know, sometimes in Korea we've seen like what's a good example of it? Like if you look at these fixtures, like, you know, when T1 lose to Zeta Division, you're like, oh, they lost, but they really could have won. You know, it was an absolute dogfight, could have gone either way. And even though T1 do lose and Zeta are on top, blah blah blah, I think if you watch that as a T1 fan, there's an element of like, hey, we're here to play with the big boys. Actually, this is really possible. This is really good. With those four teams we just mentioned from EMEA and North America, it didn't look like they could hang with these teams at all, you know? It looked like they were just getting gapped in this Hazard meta. Sorry, I know somebody asked a question about... sorry, Arne asked, do you think Hazard meta is very clear? Is it something they play because they're confident in or don't want to experiment? I think what's true in this current meta is Hazard is essential in some form. It's really hard to go through an entire series without playing Hazard. So everyone has to play Hazard a bit. You see, even TU, Chris talks a lot about how he wants to have these dive routes through maps, these dive solutions, etc. But on some maps, Hazard is just the best, so they still have to play it, right? So everyone needs a certain level on Hazard, and that's like the core comp of the meta right now. And it's quite hard to ban away from it consistently. Again, you can go to specific maps, specific situations, and get away with it for a map or two. But ultimately, it always comes back to Hazard a bit. I mean, if you are the team that wants to play the Hazard mirror, it's really easy to force it back onto that matchup. And that's what we're going to see a lot of throughout today and throughout all of that. Hey, Travis Scott. I see you on YouTube. Midnight for you, so you won't... It's alright, mate. I suppose, like, there's... The most interesting game is probably the second one here, honestly. Way versus Crazy Raccoon, but even then, feeling a little bit one-sided. Might need another nerf? Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, Zeta are super clutch this year. I mean, I don't think Zeta don't actually look that good compared to some of the level we saw last year, but they're actually just winning every clutch, which is a pretty good feature to have, right? You told me I have a team that's super good in the clutch, I'd take that. Yeah, it starts in about 8 minutes, but the broadcast starts in 8 minutes, so we're probably looking closer to like quarter past by the time we actually get bums in seats and some Overwatch on the go. Yeah, I think Hazard is a really hard hero when we're seeing... You know, I talked about this a little bit last night, but you think of the top tank players in each region, right? And the reason they're the top tank players in each region is because they're good at heroes that have been strong in the meta. This is why in Korea we see so many strong tank players who have a really good Winston or a really good Diva or something like this. But when a new hero comes out, everyone starts equal, right? Everyone's starting from the same place. So what you see then is all of a sudden the best hazards in the region, or the best any new hero, they're not just by default the best tank players who have always been. It's a blank canvas, right? Anyone can be the best. I think that's why we see Hitori doing so well at EMEA. We see Riker doing really well. Riker was a big question mark for me for Timeless coming into this, but certainly proved himself last night in that one. So it's like, I think Hazard is a big resetter here in terms of tank skill, you know? Like, all of a sudden, there's no reason KSA is automatically going to be better than the other tank players on this hero, because it's a brand new hero. They all have to learn at the same time. So yeah. Hey DD. Like a good ball player, yeah, another good example, right? Like people just don't have a good ball by default. It's like it's just for people who grind and pick it up the quickest, you know? And certain players are better at that than others, right? Certain players are very good at learning a hero, but it takes them a long time and they eventually get to a really high level. But other players are very good at like the sort of arms race of learning knowledge, learning tech, and learning all of this, you know? Morning HSQC. And then there's just Jumpin who can just do it all. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of... I feel like the further we get into Overwatch's lifespan, you look at DPS players, you look at even support players, and tank players as well, all of them. I feel like the traits of a modern DPS player, modern tank player, modern support player is they can do it all, right? Look at players like Gala who can do a bit of everything. Look at players like Vega who can do a bit of everything. Riker's probably a good example. Hitori can do a bit of everything, right? They're not just tied into 1 to 2 heroes that they're really good at, which was maybe certainly true back in the day, right? Where you would just have a guy who's maybe just really good at Diva and Sigma, but that's enough type thing.
예선전에서 겐지전을 했었는데 확실히 에이징 커브 때문에 피지컬이 부족하시더라고요. 본선에서 꼭 다시 이기겠습니다. 강팀과 만나서 경기를 해서 지더라도 빈 경기를 많이 보여드리고 싶고 이길 수 있다.
Did you do 1 or 2 marbles? We gave away one of the old battle passes, Juby. So I think this is just for 1. That's marked off? Perfect, then. We're up to date. Hi, Ollie. What are you saying? Is Flexible less interesting to watch these days because of Kiriko Juno? Because it doesn't have the same vibe as Anna and Zen? I think it's like a different skill set is rewarded, right? On Anna, there's really big reward for active playmaking in terms of find the big nade, hit the clutch sleep type thing. Things that are, I think, very inherently satisfying to watch because it's a big individual moment. I think stuff with Juno and Kiri, you're more rewarded. The reason people play these heroes is survivability, right? So I don't know if you watched last night when CJ had that crazy survival on Night Market. That was super clutch. He didn't do anything crazy aim-wise. He didn't hit a crazy dink or anything like that. But crazy survival in these situations. So it's just like a different skill set is prioritized. So you lose some of those big moments. But still moments there, you know. I used to play, I don't know if I've told you this before, I used to play TF2. I used to play Medic was my main hero, hence the statue. And TF2 and Medic, you did have a gun, but you barely ever use your gun. You only ever just use your heal beam, right? Just use your heal beam all the time. So the skill on Medic wasn't about, you know, if you can hit a cool arrow or something to like heal or kill someone, that's cool. But if you just survive, if you just have good movement, if you just make the right dodge at the right time, that was your version of pop off. That was your version of pop-off, you know? It's just Mercy? No, harder than Mercy. I mean, I can't play Mercy, but I think Medic's harder, right? Because you've just got nothing. Do you know what movement abilities you have on Medic to survive? Do you know what Valve gave them to help the Medic survive all these situations? The only healer knows, so no one else to heal you, right? The only thing they gave you, WASD and spacebar. WASD and spacebar, that's all you've got. You just gotta move good. You can surf damage, you can surf explosions, but again, all just WASD. Overdose for speed boost? Yeah, I was a crossbow guy though. Overdose wasn't really meta back when I played. So just play medic and just live. Mercy without movement, exactly. But that's why it's just pure skill, you know? I would literally sit there every time, you know, like when you're in a pre-game lobby and people just running around like shooting, DMing, waiting for all the players to join in. I would just be there, practicing like my stutter step movement, practicing dodging. I'd be so locked in, you know? The nicest compliment I ever got. You know, you guys know like TXCXX, right? The 1v1 mode. Used to play that all the time on British Hurricane. I play against the players, and as you know, I can't aim for shit. But my movement was so clean. I remember Ripper playing against me, and Ripper was like, "Why is your movement so good, actually? I can't hit this guy. I can't hit him for the life of me." And I was like, I used to play medic, mate. I used to play medic. He can't hit me. I made a career of not getting hit. You're probably biased as an Ana player, love Sleep Dart Force. Yeah, it's just like different types of play, you know? But Viana has the most like clutch potential. Similar with Zen, right? If you just hit the headshots. It's kind of true on Kiriko, but it happens less often than Zen, really. Is Rupert on ping? Not that I know of. I think it's just Knife on ping right now. That's my understanding, at least. I mean, what is true is even though Team Liquid are going to have a team house, they don't have a team house right now. So Knife is still on ping, they're not all together, etc, etc. So if you're a Team Liquid fan, there's elements of cope here for you. Oh, we don't have a team house, Knife's still on ping, etc, etc. So there's elements of cope there. Now, Team Liquid will get better, and I think they will. But certainly an early obstacle for them to deal with. You watching Kanail on Ana last night? Yeah, I think Kanail was just playing Ana in a really hard place, right? When we see teams still do it, when we do like an Ana Brig on Gibraltar or Dorado or something like that, it still seems reasonable. But the idea of running Ana everywhere, I think is a bit of a thing that doesn't exist right now, especially with Hazard. You know, it has to be something when as maybe we've seen teams get away with that a little bit on Kings Row, right? We've seen some of the Korean teams do that, but I think yeah, it really needs to be a map that's good for it. You can't just put it everywhere right now, or Hazard will just bulldoze you. As we kind of saw. I don't know about Masters League. It kind of depends when the games are. Because obviously my priority is always going to be OWCS, right? If OWCS is on, I was going to give those ones. So it depends a little bit when the Face It League games happen. If there's a good one, I might well stream it. But it's kind of going to be like an as and when type thing, rather than like a fixed schedule like it will be for me in OWCS. But the promotion and relegation we get, you know, with the top two of Face It League, play the bottom two of OWCS after the end of the regular season. Those ones I'll tune in for sure, because those games will be super high stakes, super exciting. SSG looks insane. SSG on top. What can I say? Ooh. Yeah, Kaneo had a really rough time with Viana. Didn't like Viana pick there as well, but he was also playing it on maps that are just hard for it, right? Like if you didn't see it last night, what kept happening to Kaneo is there'd be situations where like if I draw this is Saravasa first point, right? So there's like the high grounds on either side right now, you know? And let's use where's my pen? Let's use Pink for Genji. So Pink would have like their Hazard here or something, maybe their Genji playing on the high ground, something like this. And then they'd have Lucio Ana, and then Lucio would be doing the normal thing, trying to support the Genji, right? But because what would happen is Kaneo is worried about his life, right? Because it's hard to survive on Ana and Kiri and Juno, less survival. So Kaneo would be playing like this back angle all the time, right? Like really deep, really safe. So if you are, if I draw blue, if you are the blue hazard, this distance is not possible, right? It's too much to cross. So you can't go on the Anna or anything like that. You have to try and fight for space. But what would often quite happen is because Kaneo has to be so scared for his own life, that even if somebody just looks at him funny, there were loads of situations where, like, if there was just a wall behind here or something, like onto the enemy hazard, or if the Genji ever was able to threaten this, flank a little bit, Kaneo would take a back step, and then all that would happen is poor Mag, our pink hazard, would just get completely isolated. So while Kaneo wasn't dying in a lot of these situations, he was just stuck at the back of the map, not able to pocket his tank properly, not able to really influence the game, just completely zoned, and it allowed VP to actually win a lot through the front line more than anything. I think in many ways, I mean, VP played it well, right? Like they avoided the trap of trying to dive an Anna that's too far away, but and just kill the people on point. But they did enough to keep spooking Kaneo away, and it just meant that really the person who was always on the back foot was actually Mag. You know, you look at these competitions on paper and you think, oh boy, Kaneo, if Kaneo has a billion deaths, it's just over. If they can keep him alive, maybe it works. And they kept Kaneo alive a fair amount, to be fair. He wasn't traded early or anything like that. But just low impact in the fight. Really hard time for Mag in all of these neutrals as a result. Yeah, I'd say Vessel looked better, honestly. I mean, there has to be like some caveat to that, right? Vess did play well, but a lot of Mag's problems I felt came more from the comp as a whole, rather than maybe Mag individually not looking all that or anything. But Vessel looked good. Can't argue with that. Vessel looked good. And talked about it a little bit. We talked about it a bit last night, right? Is on paper in his VP side looks a little bit rough, maybe in some hero ban situations, but if Vessler has a good hazard, it maybe solves a lot of those problems, right? Because if you can actually play hazard right now in most places, so suddenly, can you be target banned that much? Well, if Vess can just swap between hazard and diva, how do you really put Vess into an uncomfortable situation on any map, right? If you ban hazard, he can go diva in a lot of these places. If you ban diva, just keep playing hazard, right? So I think yeah. I think is Vesla the best tank? I'd probably say I think KSA is really up there. I don't know on hazard yet. That's like it's a to be determined, right? But I think yeah, Vess is up there. I think Vess's big problem is more like on the heroes Vess is good at. He definitely is like one of the best tanks, but I think sometimes when you take Vess over to like Ramarch or Malga, I think there's plenty like players like Haddy and KSA are better than him on those heroes, you know? So he loses that side of a matchup. But honestly, Hazard is so strong right now, it might not be a problem. So, fair play. KSA, Vessler, Chase, and Haddy all pretty clear top 4. Are we forgetting someone? Who are we forgetting? I think what happens with these people, all these players as well, is there's like a hero thing. Like whatever's meta will shift who's actually the top of those power rankings, right? I think you can maybe make an argument for putting Hitori up there on Hazard, but I don't know if you'd put her up there overall. It would be like just on one particular hero type thing. John T. asked on YouTube chat, bro, when do you sleep genuinely? Got 5 hours, mate. Got 5 hours. Don't worry about it. What could go wrong? We're probably looking at like maybe another 10, 15 minutes, Joris, for the actual map start time. So we've got a hot second. I should join the Discord channel while I'm thinking about it. Because I will be joined by young Maxwell when the games actually start. Big ups, Hunter. Cheers. Tell him cheers when he joins, or we're getting a walkout. Alright. Am I taking naps before the A starts? And I'm bad at napping, really. Even when it's a clear situation where I should be tired, struggle to nap. So I'll probably just chill out a bit. Even though I won't literally sleep, I'll just I'll try and get some actual rest. Maybe watch a bit of a football. Do nothing dramatic. Alright. New era, hands in. Oh, look, he messed it up. Team's flaming him already. Team's flaming him already. Disaster start for New Era on the walkout here. Disaster start. Already on the back foot. Want to be watching? I won't be, Oren, no. Not when there's this much Overwatch, Oren. Come on, mate. Priorities. I'll ask for you, DD. Does anyone need a scrim for tomorrow? Have I done FPL? Yes. Yeah. I just kind of copped out Chrissy, and I just brought in Gakpo, so I just got triple Liverpool for the double. Nothing crazy from me. Just follow the herd. Follow the herd. Don't feel like I can miss out, right? And just trust Liverpool to go hard. Am I using assistant manager? No, I hadn't considered it. I mean, I haven't really used any of my chips yet. I guess it's getting to the point as well where actually I need to. Is there like a player who's, or a manager, I should say, you're coming on? Okay. Talk me through the situation. We've got time. While I get everyone ready. Oh, after map 1? Yeah. When does the roster lock? 11 PM. Oh, like, we got ages, actually, yeah. Triple Captain Salah. So, yeah, this is the team I'm working with. So, I've got the triple Liverpool, which really seems the, yeah. Seems reasonable. How much have I got in the bank? 1.5 in the bank. That's actually perfect for assistant manager as well, so maybe this lines up with Chris Theory as well. Other than that, probably okay. Like, I've spent my transfer, but yeah. As a sack team, I'm hoping so. I was a little bit late to the wood party. That sounds wrong, but we'll move past it. A little bit late to the wood party, so I missed out on a lot of the points, but he's still good value for the price he is, you know? And hopefully Liverpool just goes super hard here. I know like Bournemouth in good form, Everton in good form, but hoping Liverpool come out on top. Oh, are we buffering? Come on, clean feed. Don't buffer. It's dead. What's happened? What's happened? What's going on? You sold wood around a game week. Yeah, yeah. I was just late to the party with him, so I missed out on some of the like. You know, I mean, the nice thing about Wood is it's not like he has a couple of crazy weeks now. Often where he's got like I've got 20 points. He's just like a goal a game type of guy. You know. I went to see Forest play last year, and I was in the Forest terraces, and fans were just giving him fucking stick the whole time, sarcastically chanting, he's a goal machine, he's a goal machine. But who's laughing now? Because Chris Wood has turned into a goal machine. When did I transfer Gakpo? Earlier this week. I'm a Man United fan from birth, I guess. But I've lived in Nottingham for a long time, and I live like 5 minutes from the stadium. Like I can hear when like they play a home game, I can hear them at my window if I have it open, type thing. So, grown quite fond of Forest. Been to a couple of games, but it's really hard to get Forest tickets because they're so popular. Like when they got promoted to the Premier League, they had like when they were in the Championship, season tickets were sold out. So you can imagine if it was sold out in the Championship when they get to the Premier League, it's even more sold out. Is my clean feed just dead? Let me message Max. No wonder you're bold. Yeah, it's been a hell of a. You know what happened as well? I followed football all the way through until I was like about 18 or something, maybe a bit younger, and then in about 2009, 2010, I stopped following completely, really. And then I came back like 4 years ago, And what the hell happened to Man United, guys? I go away for just like 8 years, and all of a sudden, it's all fallen apart. What happened? What happened? Morning, Marsupani. Hold on, let me get off this for a second. What is... Come on, clean feed, mate. Oh, it's just crashed. All right. Right. Let me message Craig for boss man. Oh. Everyone else in Norway loves English football except you. I mean, it's very popular, right? Maybe refresh. Hold on. Refreshed, and now it says it's a 2-hour video. Live. Oh. Hold on. Let me link this. I mean, we can get a soup cup one up in the meantime. Oh wait, wait. Oh. Maybe I just had... Okay. Alright, we can give it a link and this one works fine, apparently. Alright, we're back. We're so back. Sorry, what are we talking about? Morning, Luna. Morning's this as well. John T says, I fell asleep watching you cast for Korea games and I wake up and see you streaming the EU games. Just live a life, don't I? Just live a life. Morning, Max. Relax. Is this your first time message? I feel like I've seen Max relax before. Maybe this was on Unter's stream. Maybe I'm just conflating the two. Wait, no, did we see you play? Did you play an open qualifier, Max? Maybe that's where I'm remembering it from. I can just about enough neurons firing to piece it all together. Yeah, that's where I'm remembering it from. Morning, String. Yeah, these games are super late for North America. Whereas for EMEA, what you normally find is like the games start at 8 AM my time. Or like the broadcast starts at 8 AM my time. But by the time we get to like the second and third game, it's normally a more reasonable time for people to be awake. And Haddy was making fun of your name? Yeah, that's why I remember it. It's all coming back to me. None of your friends are awake? I mean, classic gamers, right? Awake by 8 AM on a Saturday? Come on. Live in the real world. You talk about why Norwegian football is superior to English football? Don't think you have too many on that. Why are we banning Baptiste? So I guess to protect support? Come on, he always bans Baptiste. This guy hates Baptiste, actually. Alright. Should be getting into it soon, then. Yeah, T1 actually love banning Baptiste. Ash banning response here for a Sumoa. Oh! Thanks, Prota. Good effort yesterday. Thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Woo! Let's crank this as well, shall we? Let's get some in-game bonding going. Thanks for the raid, though. Very much appreciated. Just in time to catch this first game as well. Just in time. Yeah, it's Russian Fletter of the coaches for T1. Alright. Okay, ready for it. I'm sure Max will pop in just a second. Oh, come on, clean feed. Hold. Hold. Probably about 5 hours, Ondra. But we'll be alright. Okay, so swaps come in. swaps come in, or sorry, bans come in, and we're not going to see too many changes of anything, really. It's just going to be Genji, Sojin, Hazard. Who would have guessed it, right? Who would have guessed it? Ruler going to take the early space on point. It's a long flank from Viper and Opener coming around this far side, trying to corral the enemy backline into Donghak's path. And now they find Ruler a little bit isolated, just stuck on this trampoline right now, taking a few back shots. And they've had to concede a lot of space now. Ruler has lost this opening HP trade, but Archie's good for it. Disruptor shot and a body shot finishes off Proud, and now a chance. Donghak's going to try and respond, but Archie has to slide back. Donghak's going to try and isolate the pair of them, but here comes the peel. Archie needs more help. Doesn't get it though. Donghak just confirmed that kill, but backline from T1 has fallen during all of this. It's an absolute dogfight right now. New Era actually have control of a point as well. Viper considered challenging for it, but with that hazard disadvantage, it's really tricky. So they'll wait for Donghak, they'll regroup, they'll go again. And we'll get a whole nother neutral.
Count for me.
10. 11.
It just fucking works, man.
Well,
it just fucking works. And we're going up, not down, so it really just works. Donghak taken down pre-fight by MCD already. This is not the result we were expecting. 2 fights in a row now for New Era. Pre-fight pick onto Donghak, someone who has looked like a bit of a shining star here in OWCS Korea in the first 2 weeks. New Era complete control, even on support ultimates, maybe a little bit of a lead for Search on that beat actually. But beyond that, fairly even. And with New Era having the positioning, I mean, it's going to be a tough retake for T1.
They're trying to make their way in with the Lucio Genji flank right now, but Viper is going to run straight into that hazard. We'll have to slow down and get pocketed back up. Now Donghak's trying to come from this left-hand side. Find one of these key targets. Full rail right now for Archie. Doesn't get anything with it, though. Gage actually comes into Opener first. They beat to keep going. A really aggressive beat push, especially considering they got a pick so early, but it's all success for New Era, and they've started this one with a bang.
Yeah, now they get to have a little bit of a stagger on Donghak. It appears that this team is not familiar with the concept of staggering. Better luck next round. So they will take down Donghak. Only one ult used for that fight. When you're right, they did get that pick early on. Maybe they could have greeted it a little bit more. But I've got no qualms with a single ult being used to clean up a fight. So not a terrible situation. Hello P8W6RK3MB 1JY5TF9XQ2Z. Welcome back, mate.
Retake now. Donghak just going to trade onto Ruler right now. Wall puts behind him, but now wall advantage for Ruler as this Ray comes in. Ray will be responded right now from MCD. Downpour comes out from Ruler. Doesn't find anything, so Dodo's going to lay a beating over top. Ruler's died during all of this, but the DPS ults trade it right back for T1. Blade doesn't get all that much. Donghak will shut down the tail end of this overclock. And the ults do work in the end for T1. Had the extra one to layer in there. Helps them win that trade. But New Era, they used 4 there. Both DPS ults go begging.
Yeah, it's an extremely expensive fight for New Era to be pissing away. They used 4, only phase 3. They have lost the cap. That means these next few retakes are going to be a slog. Proud with the overclock, has lots of space now to pull it. Viper with the blade if anybody overextends as well. So really, New Era, we're asking a lot of them right now. Until they can charge up this next round of support, Ultimate's really going to need something special. Viper's got an aggressive angle over on the left. He sees Squishies as far as the eye can see, but it's Ruler to open up the fight with a pick on a skewed. And the Butter Brothers in the backline. We've got a bit of a delayed release on the supports of T1 making mistakes, but here in week 2, they finally deliver on the promise. Donghak, good for 2 though, takes down Arch and MCD, but will it be enough?
I'm not sure. Viper is locked now into this 1v1. He's going to try and pull the blade right now, chasing him down, but Todo's got the better of him! Butter in the back, Butter in the front, and T1 are falling apart on Volcano here. It should be easy from this point on to close it out. Ruler is locking down this choke. We'll be able to get a gauge soon. Catches Opener again, and Opener can't stay alive. Proud will trade one back right now, but Donghak is on life support trying to hold on to this point, and he will fall. A New Era on top.
Is not the result I expected at all. You can see the New Era coach saying some prayers, ripping off that incredible Martin Logan helicopter headset, which feels woefully unnecessary while sitting in the dugout, but go for it, mate. Compress those ears. Oh, welcome, Painkiller. Welcome, Painkiller. How are we? But yeah, really not the result we were expecting one bit. The supports of T1 really struggling this time around, and then neither DPS ult finding value. Proud pulled that overclock when both supports were dead. Viper pulled the blade and it was succinctly taken down by Dodo. Really rough.
There's a replay of that from Dodo's POV right now, and squashed him. A full ego blade as well just to win that 1v1, but no problem for Dodo. And we'll get more of the same here on Downtown right now. A little bit of a bigger, more open map, so maybe a bit more space for Skewed and Opener to play their lives, kite into a little bit more. For now, though, New Era going to start stacking on this left-hand side, just looking for that first wall trade. It's a wall off from Donghak, so really will defensively wall in response. Everyone keeps hold of their space right now as they... T1 really trying to tough this choke, but it's Dodo who gets the better of Viper again, and now Dodo can turn his attention to Donghak, forcing him all the way back. And now, T1, they just have to get out of dodge.
Yeah, Viper put in a very aggressive position early on, caught out completely, and this is a terrible look for T1 right now. They've looked so solid in their early matches, but now, versus New Era, a 0-2 team, suddenly cracks are beginning to show. Viper in particular really struggling early on, the supports as well. Let's see if they can turn things around now. Maybe they just need to lock in. Maybe Doki just woke up from a nap. We do see a wall exchange early on, and Rule is rather low on HP. T1 continue to press forward, but Donghak, if he receives a few back shots, he could be the one in trouble.
Dodo's going to have to deflect out here. He's awfully low, but the peel is there from Search and MCD. And now the repeat catches Viper again. First to death. Proud will respond with a shot. So it's 4v4 right now, but still in control of point on New Era.
Yeah, absolutely brutal for Viper. 2 in a row now. Only 30% of that Dragon Blade after all this time. Archie caught out though. Great wall from Donghak. Stops his escape, and that will be an opening pick for T1. Donghak continues to press onwards, forcing the backline back. Double supports kiting, but Donghak, he's gone too deep. He's overextended. He receives some back shots, and he is the one to fall. So it's a 4 versus 4. Ruler taken incredibly low, but he goes down as well. MCD so close to that orbital ray. Still New Era in control of the point. Down comes the ray. Massive Panjarama torpedoes, but no kill confirmed.
Proud's actually the one who comes out on top of that, gets the shot, and that's just going to put an end to the Ray push. And now Skew just coming back with a Ray of his own. They're going to finally concede the flip here. The saving grace for New Era is 71%. There's nothing to be sniffed at before they lose that. But Ray disadvantage for this next fight here, so New Era have to do something a bit creative to work around this.
I'm sniffing at it right now, Xavier. We've seen some aggressive downpours come out throughout these series in Korea. These guys love to pull them early, but it is going to be Proud going fast with the overclock, not finding much of anything though. It appears that he has completely flubbed a couple of crucial shots, and the kite from New Era is good. They completely disengage, and they've reset the ult economy down to even.
Now they're coming back in. They have a chance here to step onto point, but Skew is going to use that Ray in response. Beat out comes in there. Open is going to labour beat out. Downpour comes down as well, but the damage is already done. Skew and Proud fall early, and now Archie is just free with this overclock in the back. And T1, they're trying to run for their lives right now. Viper will get a couple actually.
Yeah.
Catches them, but they conceded the point during all of this now. So T1, they can re-push. They will have player advantage once they're back to 5. But this point's really hard to flip. New Era can stall this out for a long time.
Jeez, little micro buffers
Blade?
until they're never in sync again. Dodo pulls the blade. Ruler will fall though. So New Era in control. Oh my god, Dodo fearing extinction dashes off to the left. What gets to spectate Proud's death, but Search will go down again. Search has gotten caught out a few times in a row now. 1 life, 9% of the beat charged up. A struggle for poor little Searchy.
Now New Era going to take a full retake into this, but that was chaotic and messy, and it's forced T1 to use all of their ultimates in that. So next ultimate online will be MCD with this Ray. So a great opportunity for New Era, but they can walk up a little bit before this if they want to take the fight. It's going to be a Lucio Genji battle on the flank right now. Viper keen to try and push a bit of an advantage here as he still has deflect. Wall comes in as Donghak tries to overload that side. But New Era, they regroup, they reset, and now they are really close in that Ray.
Jeez, I mean, if they can just muscle onto the point with the Ray, there's really going to be no ultimate response at all for T1. Viper fighting over here on the side, but really New Era, it's time to get that Ray online to muscle T1 off the objective, close out this map. They have a very real chance here, waiting for that speed ring. MCD in a little bit of trouble though, getting double angled. Archie takes down OP again though! Donghak is so low up on the high ground as well. You can see Dodo is chasing for the kill. Donghak, he's secured the Mega. Everybody is chasing Coast for the kills, but nobody from New Era wants to take the risk, and it appears Ruler has gone the other way.
Oh, Dodo's going to commit for it though, but he's been left out. They all went different ways. Ruler just come around the long way, gets one more trade, but getting really messy situation. Wall off is going to make the touch very difficult here. They do just about get it, T1. They slip back onto the point. They nearly have Ray. They nearly have Downpour. If T1 can keep this fight going, they have the ults to win it right now. And New Era, they might have missed their opportunity.
such a disaster class from New Era, missing such a huge window because of Ruler split. Now the Orbital Ray and the Downpour come down. Could have a counter downpour from Ruler. An incredible disengage from New Era, honestly. They have kited 2 ultimates for 0 there, all down to Dopey Opie with his beak drop to clutch it. But the deflect from Viper, it minces up poor little Dodo, and then Opie, he's so fast, he gets out of dodge. No beat online for Search, and New Era, they've fallen by the wayside. Such a massive opportunity that they squandered there.
Just seemed to disconnect, right? Like, clearly Dodo wanted to chase for kills, and I think it was the exact correct decision to go and chase those kills, but no one really seemed with him. I don't know if they were dealing with other things, but if they'd got those late kills there, that was just round. That would have just been map for them as well. Instead, they let T1 back in, and all of a sudden, the nature of using all of your ults in, like, one big fight is eventually, it'll take you a while, but you'll get another big power spike where all your ults come online again, and that's exactly what T1 get at the end. Gets them over the line, and we're going to go to the beach.
Jeez, over to the beach we go. We'll see if T1 can continue to pull their thumb out. God, it is actually tragic to see New Era losing that long, protracted fight. Such a huge chance, and just slip through their fingers. Deflect there from Viper as well. Gas, taking down Dodo, buffering stream on like 360p. Love this. Wait, it's actually on 1080p. It's just looks like shit. Okay, yeah, okay, fair enough.
All right.
I'm not hammered Evildoer 0-0. I haven't had a drink in 2 days.
Oh, 2-day chip. Anna now from MCD on this one, trying to get away with a greedier backline here on this slightly longer sight-lined map. MCD though, in theory, might be at big risk. We saw Kanail struggle with this yesterday, but to begin with, it's actually just Dodo who's having all the trouble. Will die early. Ruler has cleared out the Sojourn from point, but is awfully alone, and Archie just seems to be lost in the middle of nowhere, and Doghack is just chasing people around, finishing them all off. Nice, easy one for T1 all of a sudden, and honestly, it might be a Chris Theory situation.
Yeah, no, just a typical Chris Theory situation where the lesser team starts out strong, but is incapable of finishing. We spent a lot of time yesterday trying to help Homosexual figure out how to finish, but we never quite got there. If we had only solved that, we might have been able to communicate something to MCD and Search to help them get across the line for New Era, but here we are, stuck in an eternal Christopher world.
Holding onto the choke now. This is going to make it really hard to take meaningful space with the Ana. They clear out Viper first, though, deflect back, but look at that. MCD's going to die on the way through again. 1-for-1 trade, but Juno's still up for T1, so their main source of healing is still there. And Dodo is really alone on the flank right now. Really difficult for New Era to get in, but they're still trying to fight. They've got a Hazard on the left, a Sojourn on the right. Proud is getting forced out, but has full pocket from Skew to keep his position.
Mark is incredibly low. Ruler on the point though, getting taken from 2 different angles. Archie up on the high ground, getting... Oh, he's actually zoned Proud completely out of the fight. It could be a flip conceded. No, it won't be. There is going to be the downfall in exchange for this Orbital Raven. Viper has taken down Dodo. Dark takes Ruler as well. The clean feed turns to a mess of pixels. Craig, get your shit together.
He tells me they're working on the upscaling. They're working on it. It's coming.
Working on it? Okay, understood.
And it's actually pushed all the way to spawn for New Era right now. They are going to try and trade Viper the wall. Makes it a little bit awkward for him, but he's got full pocket out of here. 1 more second until dash, and then they can get out. But actually, T1, they don't want to leave. They want to stay here. They like the landscaping. They like the location. And now, an anti-nade onto Proud sends him to a sliver of HP. And the beat is not a time to save him, so it's a beat trade, but 4v5 right now for T1. They might do invest more out of this, because Dodo is going over to the point already. And he's just left his team. He's left his team to die, but he's flipping the point.
Okay, so T1 going all the way to the spawn, and I mean, this is a wise play because now they get to run the clock up all the way to 95. Even if they concede the cap, they have won the fight. They have essentially secured themselves the map right now, assuming they can kite back out. It doesn't matter that the flip has been secured. Actually, it kind of does. They did get a 5v5 here, so it was actually like maybe a little bit of an overextension. There's a lot of pressure to your touch now.
Well.
Dodo, go on, show us what you got.
Oh, I get well, nearly a nano blade. Nearly, go on, 4%.
Ah, he's working on it. He's working on it.
He's working on it. There we go. Here it comes.
There it is. There it is.
Just a little bit too easy, but the sleep's good from MCD right now, but Skewed's there to finish the job. Viper does get traded, but the damage is done, and T1 win map number 1 after more than just a scare, really.
Yeah, that is it's just a typical Chris Theory situation, to be honest. We were expecting a wash today. We delivered a delayed wash. We were delivered a delayed wash. And here's Rush coming out saying, boys, how we doing? Do you enjoy the Baptiste ban on that one?
Bet you're glad they weren't running Baptiste there, right, guys? Right?
And there you go. Gotta be thankful, boys. Like, medicinal is. 5 Lenny scrims and he's already broken. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? If you think Lenny scrims were breaking me, you should have seen Jamal scrims.
Honestly, the turnaround in your demeanor, Max, since Lenny arrived back with the team.
Significant, yeah.
Suddenly you seem not as close to the ledge as you once were.
I mean, you want to see someone that knows how to get close to the ledge, I gotta show you that fucking Blissey clip.
No, the problem with Bliss there is he doesn't fear the ledge. Most people fear the ledge and it's a big thing, but Bliss, there's no fear of the ledge.
Painkiller says Lenny locked in for the match. No, Lenny is just basically on the team for his comms. He's got no talent, but he got the good comms though, you know?
He's just a good people person, really.
Yeah, he's a people person. We just needed somebody to, like, you know, just talk a lot and not kill anything, and that's what Lenny provides to the team, to be honest. Can we get Gamble for what T1 bans next? I would literally put the house on it being Life Weaver. Like, I would put the whole house on it.
No, they're more of a... Rush is a bit more of a traditionalist, you know. Mercy
map too?
Yeah.
Had your GM on flex support. Ah, yes, Scissors is our GM, you're right. That sounds like a whole lot of what you do, Unter. I don't do anything, Eric the Duck. That's what you got it twisted. Lenny does the talking. I just sit there. I don't even record the VODs. Like, I just click start stream and then go AFK. So the camera's usually AFK wherever the camera spawns.
This sounds like a bit as well, but rest assured, there was literally a time where Unter was like, "Let me show you this clip," and then he was like, "Oh no, I don't have a VOD actually."
Let me show you this clip. I guess I didn't record it.
Yes. What can you do, eh?
It's just hopeless. It's fucking hopeless. 3-1 nightmare though.
Yeah, looks like so far China is on the card still.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't want to overreact, but we might be the best team in the world.
I mean, it's starting to look that way.
Not with regards to me overreacting, but with us being the best team in the world, yeah.
Yeah.
Second fiddle only to Timeless.
Yep.
Australian Mussolini? I have Italian heritage. I can just be like a direct.
You could just be straight up Mussolini, yeah.
My mother's Italian. I can pretty much be Italian. I can. Bloody pre-roll ads. I'm going to YouTube. Fuck you. Fuck you. Watch the ads. First time message.
You not serve ads on YouTube as well?
I serve ads, but I think it's impossible to serve such a predatory amount on YouTube, to be honest. Oh, YouTube chat's full of people. People saying hello to me. Ben Simmons, enjoy a 400. Unter, your intelligence in today's matches were fully shown. Your mind is on a plane of no other humans. So good. Thank you.
Wait, Chrissy, sir. Oh, you're here
Hello?
to save my FPL, mate.
I heard some breathing. How old are you, Chrissy?
How old?
Yeah, you're
29.
29. I knew it.
I'm glad you know my age, mate. I think you're 27.
Yeah.
Nice. I think
The youngster
X,
of
I
the
think
group.
Is that
you're...
34?
I think 31.
Oh, I'm 33 right now, 34 this year.
Oh, jeez. Jeez,
I know it's my youthful.
It is, mate.
demeanor
It is.
that, you know, makes me
It's
look
I
a little
think
bit
you look.
younger.
I think you look older for what it's worth.
Well, you know, I behave differently around both of you. You know, got to try and adapt to the situation.
I bring out the
20s.
young buck in you. Where
must
he
be,
brings out
that's
the
what-
old bull, you know.
I try and age myself up for Unter, yeah.
Chris is the oldest 29-year-old ever.
I just literally, actually, I'm only the youngest 29-year-old ever. Like, only young people think I'm old. Like, when I'm with the
That's
oldies
actually how
in the
that
real
typically
world.
works. Yeah, young people tend to think that old people are old.
But like when I'm with the people my age, they're all like, "Fucking hell, you're down with the kids, mate," and I'm like, "I am, mate."
That's what people say to me. People think I know all the lingo. I'm really up to date with all the latest stuff, but most of the
Nobody
people in
says
Twitch
so.
chat and the players just tell me I'm out of touch. I've lost it.
Need a carrot or two.
Just wandering off getting a carrot. All right. Do you want to save my FPL while he's on a carrot break?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I think.
What's the situation?
So
Why is it so important to
yeah,
play assistant manager?
it changed massively yesterday because this season I think there's only going to be like 2 or 3 double game weeks, but they announced yesterday that next week is also a double game week depending on who gets to the final of the Carabao Cup. So what it means is you'll get a double game week this week and next week, which means if you play assistant manager now, you can get five matches across 3 weeks. I don't think you're gonna get that for the rest of the season.
But is it only? It's only who are the teams in
Okay,
play?
so
like Newcastle.
so no, so this week it's
football already.
yeah. That's why I came in, mate.
Fuck's sake.
He's gone.
That's good. That's good. This week you can choose between Liverpool and Everton, and I think next week it depends on who wins. I think if Liverpool beat Tottenham and get to the final, I think next week Liverpool will double and Aston Villa will double, and if Tottenham get through, then I think like Fulham and Tottenham double or something next week.
But when
So
I assistant
that's-
manager, I'd have to pick just one person for like 3 games, right?
No, you can transfer.
Oh, it would, but it burns a transfer, right?
Yeah, next week it will cost a transfer, but
Yeah.
to get to spend a transfer for an assistant manager on a double is just insane value. Like you would never overthink
But
like transferring a double game week player in, you know.
so is the safest bet to get Arnie's slot, not just because Liverpool are likely to win, right?
So
'Cause
that's
how...
it. But you can't, mate. This is why if you ironically if you hadn't made
'cause
your
I've got
transfer yet because
Gakpo.
you're already triple Liverpool.
Ah.
This is the same problem a lot of
Oh,
people have.
fuck.
Is like the same for me. I'm triple Liverpool, so I've
So
got
are you
Moyes
the-
this week. The thing is, your team, okay, your team's actually in a decent spot because if you get Moyes this week, like me, and next week, let's assume Liverpool beat Spurs and get to the final, which maybe seems likely given how fucking awful
Yeah.
Spurs are.
And then
You
I
can then transfer
say
to Emery.
Diaz or something. Oh, just
no,
go to Villa, you mean, and then just
Because
okay.
then you have triple Villa for their double game week, which then feels really nice, I think.
Yeah, okay. So you think just Cop and Moyes for one game week essentially?
Yeah, well, the thing is, this game week, it's like you get Leicester, which is obviously a great fixture, and then you get Liverpool. But in assistant manager, the Liverpool one's quite exciting because if Everton do win or draw, there's like an extra 5-10 points there for you, you know? There's like, because you get the table bonus. And it's the
And then
same next week if you go to Villa. They get, I think they play like Ipswich or something, so you get a really
Okay,
good
that's really
fixture. And then you have Liverpool, so then you have like your second game week is like it's a little gamble, you know. If because Villa could easily beat Liverpool or draw to Liverpool, you know. Like I think
Yeah.
it's possible.
I think draw's really on. Because I think the only way to get Arnie then would have to be to do something super expensive where I kill Diaz, take a -4, and then just get Arnie in, right?
Yeah. So I think I would have done that if I didn't have triple Liverpool, but I think it's the same. Like I don't want to burn like.
A
Arnie would be
-4 for it.
insane fun because then you can just keep him and then you just have him like for the next 5 games, like the next 5 games, and you just like laughing the whole time. But I think it's tough for most people. So I think that like Moyes into Emery, and then you can decide if you want to stick Villa. 'Cause I think Villa have like Chelsea that next week or something, or you try like you can go like gamble on someone. Like I think assistant manager is gonna get so many points if you use a transfer every week for it. It's really really good value. Like it's like yeah.
But then that also is an
Like-
argument to be like sacrifice Diaz and just get Arnie in for all of it, right? And hope and bet on Liverpool
Yeah,
to win all the games.
yeah. The problem is if you take a hit to get Arnie in, and then Liverpool don't, like Spurs hold out, and then you've really fucked yourself, you know.
Yeah.
You guys want to watch the game, or you just?
Yeah, we'll
gonna
watch the
football
game.
for
It's
longer?
alright.
Yeah, watch the game, guys.
Briefing.
Watch the game.
Alright.
Any thoughts on the fact that Mr. Nitty Gritty banned BAP on map 1, and now New Era is actually playing BAP on map 2?
It doesn't seem like the sort of thing that would go wrong for Mr. Nitty Gritty. But here we are.
I mean, Mr. Nitty Gritty knows his stuff, but Opener is unfortunately pre-fight picked by Widowmaker. And Donok is playing Doomfist into Sigma BAP Zen on one of the longest maps in the entire game. So
Yeah.
if T1 wanted to drop a map right now, I feel like this would be the situation to do it in. Yes, I'm pro arranged marriage. Love an arranged marriage. You
But
umbrella.
it's your only chance to get married, probably, Max.
Exactly right.
Ruler is anchoring point now as Donghak is going to get himself onto the high ground, but at a certain point, Donghak's going to have to commit really deep, and it might just be a one-way trip for him. Slow and steady right now, and New Era just staying in control. And Ruler's actually going to get punched in, forces his lamp out, and now all of a sudden this next dive looks pretty good for Donghak as he survives this rock. Skewed has a Kitsune rush, and this is the timing for T1 now.
T1 have a very big window of opportunity. I've got a very big carrot in my mouth right now. Skewed pops the Kitsune rush, but Ruler will be the first to fall. Counterpunch in by Donghak. And then Donghak, of course, being the generational talent that he is, will push to the spawn. Have a power punch gifted to him. He will escape with his life. Recontest is going to be incredibly tough for New Era right now. In fact, there is not going to be a recontest. I'm going to swallow this carrot.
I was really, honestly, I was ready for a really quick handover when you said you were eating a carrot. I wasn't expecting you to do the whole fight. But I respect it, mate. Now, a nice easy first point for T1 in the end. They convert that ult advantage. New Era are going to be retaken. Difficult to retake on the Sigma. You can see Donghak is ready to just punch him into a wall as they come out, make it really awkward. But New Era, they have ults to get out at least. Rock is a miss right now, and Donghak goes for a big punch, baiting a lot. Meteor strike in. Donghak trying to do it all himself. He forces for lamp, forces for matrix, forces for window. Donghak's going to keep going, though. He's forced for transcendence as well. So hard to get through this choke. Beat from opener only catches 2 of them, though, as they try and force Viper through the flank. But right now, Donghak is just the gatekeeper of this door, but he's gone deeper and died. T1 had complete control of the map, but they just couldn't stop going forward.
Count 51,
50, 49.
Okay, we're synced up. I paused for like half a second. Lovely. Opener taken down now, and that was an extremely expensive ult fight for T1. It looked like they had a chance to really snowball the point there. Donghak going so deep, committing all the way towards the second point spawn, but instead they have run out of steam. The beat did not find the value that it needed. They ran out of gas, and now New Era, they get to hold with quite long sidelines and reasonable ults to sustain. If Ruler can avoid getting counterpunched, Donghak has just gone down early on. Proud pops the overclock up in main, but look at this, the blade has been pulled, trying to counter it out. Blades on either side, counter blade, MCD finishes the kill onto Viper. Viper really not having a lick of success today. Dodo, he misses the dash, hits the right clicks, and that will be New Era holding on. 2 ults for 2 ults, but T1, again, it's an uphill battle.
And they're chasing on. They're going to catch another rock onto Donghak right now. He's been caught by a few of these. Will survive on this occasion. But now, again, we get in a situation. This keeps happening when you play this type of matchup here. When you are New Era, if your Transcendence gets forced, you run out of defensive support ultimates. And T1 just have this Kitsune Rush or this beat to push you with. And this time it's the Kitsune Rush. Really just a race for MCD to try and get up to this Transcendence. Rock is good onto Donghak. Forces him back, but he has big punch again. MCD is super far away. 90%, but Donghak going for the Genji. Trying to body block him out as well. Can't find the finishing blow, actually, though. And New Era, they survive for now.
Big blocking.
And Donghak's going to have to reset out right now. He's 1 HP, but he has managed to get out. But this has bought valuable time for MCD to get to the Transcendence. So now they have an insurance policy. And MCD doesn't need an insurance policy. They do actually lamp and Transcendence while pushing it. So they do burn this Transcendence for not too much in the end. They do at least win the fight off of it pretty cleanly. And that's for saving grace. But now, when this beat push next comes in from opener, New Era, they're going to feel a little bit vulnerable here.
Yeah, exactly right. There is going to be so much pressure when OP can finally charge up that beat. The fact that MCD had to burn his Trank there is crucial because now there is no real defensive response. Ruler, counter Flux, perhaps the only viable option to stop a beat push at this point. But when you're going up against Donghak, who is so punchy, it's difficult enough to get a shift off on Sigma, let alone an entire Gravitic Flux without getting it cancelled by the punch. So really, all the pressure is on New Era in this fight in particular. As we come up on Donghak's ult, on Opener's ult, this is go time for T1. New Era, they know that they're under a little bit of pressure, and MCD, he is a quality Zenyatta player. You see him taking a very aggressive angle, bottom right. Donghak has gone deep though. Here comes that dive with Opener very soon, I'd have to imagine. Donghak pops the ult. MCD now being beat dived. Counter, oh my god. Donghak is in the backline, he's all over Kivas. Both supports are now dead for New Era, and their focus needs to shift to blocking cart. You can see Ruler is on the cart right now, and I think this is actually a really bad fight for T1. Because even though they've won it, they've lost so much cart time. They didn't get any push.
No push for that, so New Era have plenty of time for the retake. We've seen them get stuffed at this choke before, actually, by Donghak, and Ruler going to be swapping over onto the Orisa now, I think, for the retake. More chances to counterplay and get himself through this choke. Back onto point as well. It's going to be a Zen Genji on one side for New Era. Orisa coming through top. Javelin onto Donghak, forces him back. Now Dodo is out, just having that blade available. Kitsune rushes for choke, and it will be a disengage from Ruler. Dodo is blading behind them, though, trying to find some kills, but they have all turned their attention to him, so Dodo plays his life wisely, but they need to get back on point, and they can't come back through this choke without dying, and T1 do convert second point as well.
And New Era with a swath of swaps on the end of that fight. Second point, just trying as they might to recontest, knowing that there was no beat drop available, but they couldn't find any value. Ruler was not able to spear Donghak to death or anything of the sort, so New Era, they're just going to make swaps back over to the same style of composition that they were on before, and T1, they will maintain with the same as well. Waiting for their next push turn, which will probably be cued by a support ultimate, or perhaps Donghak with the Meteor Strike going deep and just doing it all himself. It's going to be so difficult for Viper to pull the blade here on the long angle.
Yeah, they're just happy to move for cart for free right now, just try and stay out of this Widowmaker's sight lines. Viper has the blade if anyone gets too close, but I think for the most part, we'll just be happy to trade that for Transcendence at one point. Proud going for a deeper angle, sees the grapple shot, they force Dodo out, and this should allow them to get a bit of a nicer angle, but Archie finds opener during all of this as well, and now all of a sudden Donghak on the back foot. They're trying to stabilize right now, but another grapple coming in, looking for a chase kill, but Proud catches MCD. That's no Transcendence available, but Dodo's getting more. They double down. It doesn't matter. They pushed all the way forward there, and as soon as opener died, all of New Era took a step up, and they're able to hunt down all of these kills. Once they get T1 on the back foot, they keep the pressure up, don't let them reset up their dive.
Oh, poor OP, really struggling to charge off this beat. Slow cooked, falling off the bone situation for him as now we approach the final fight. Dodo nearing extinction though, as Proud once again comes alive on the Widow, finds an opening pick that was all too important, but both DPS for T1 have just disappeared. Archie and MCD both finding players. Donghak now going backline. He's so incredibly low right now. The grapple play from Archie is questionable at best, but he will be kept alive by his faithful supports. Kitsune rush on the objective now, which means that T1, they will be juicing. MCD needs to be so careful not to be taken down by the Widowmaker right now. He's punched in, but there's no closing kill. Dopey OP taken down once again at 87% on his beat drop, which means there will be no beat in this final fight. Viper Blades top takes down Archie, but Dodo trades back out, and everybody for T1 is dead. Oh.
Had all the ults to have all the answers there when that Kitsune Rush came. It looked a little bit ropey when MCD got punched in front of that Widow, but it was all okay in the end. Got the Transcendence off, counters out Kitsune Rush, and then you see when Viper tries to jump deep, you see Dodo just follows him, marks him out of that position, and really T1 were struggling to get on that Widow the entire time, and in the end probably ended up overextending for it and just making that hold it all the more possible for New Era. So pretty decent hold actually. This part of Havana on third point, really hard area to hold, so but I think it will be a little bit easier for them on the defense here, T1, if they run a similar comp, especially once we get to second.
I'm inclined to agree with you, but there's a current one now, so.
Yeah, I think maybe first point's still a little bit hard because there's these long sight lines, but that first corner's going to be really hard on first point for them to turn. And then when we get to second point and you've got those big, I don't know what the word is, the big cylindrical things in the middle for them to sort of stage on and set up on, the roof above them as above the payload route. There's loads of big problems for that type of comp on attack for New Era, but we'll wait and see because T1 are going to go on to the hazard version, so they're happy to not just fight on dive, but they're going to fight in spawn as well. And New Era, considering the Sigma again, but they have very much seen what's coming for them because T1 aren't making a secret of this.
I think it's a much more difficult play to make on the offense, to be honest, for New Era. T1, their strategy on the offense was so contingent on these big ult turns, but here, on defense, they have the luxury of positioning. They can hold these high grounds off rip, they can hold close off rip. Donghak is already looking for a spawn camp angle, and MCD, he's had the audacity to take half a step out of spawn, which means that he will be on his first respawn of the round. Ruler as well, stepping very wide, just tanking a bunch of aggro right now. It doesn't look like anyone has found any kills. We've actually got Archie over on the Junkrat, shades of color hex in his play right now, just trying to find an opening pick with a little bit of cross-map magic. He's actually gotten both DPS rather low with this one, but now we can see him being contested by Donghak and he will fall.
Alright, well, at least he's 35% of the way to a tire. New Era now, swaps will be coming in. It'll be Sojin and Juno to be combined with this as well. Again, we see MCD and Dodo trying to take this left-hand side from their point of view, but Donghak Happy to get on top of that one, but as they sniff out one threat on the right, a threat appears on the left, so they're going to have to go back over and deal with Archie now. Ruler's trying to swing out, and now as they go deal with the threat from the left, guess who's back? Dodo's now back on the flank as well, so T1 getting surrounded a little bit here, but they pushed it and killed Vegito, and they've killed Ruler, and the Sigma just actually feels so squishy into this composition. Ruler doesn't have a chance to do anything.
Keep it going, keep it going.
Now they clear up Dodo, and the most important thing here for T1 with the spawn camp is to make sure nobody trades, but MCD is interested in finding a trade, but Viper is on his case, and they are stuck at spawn one more time right now, and they've been stuck at spawn so long. Skew's going to have a Kitsune rush for this next fight.
Ruler's just had something in an existential crisis, swapped over to Hazard and back over to the Sigma. So very far separated from an ultimate at this point. Another wall, another spawn camp coming out from T1. You really see the advantage of the defensive positioning right now. New Era's comp, it relies so heavily on getting space, on getting long angles so that you can bully the enemy team back. But here on Havana first point spawn, it is impossible to get out of these chokes to get that wide positioning off the rip. Nobody is playing any Farah, nobody's going wide and actually getting the angles, so that it's getting choked up. Kitsune rush thrown in, Proud stepping forward. He's actually very low. MCD's invested the Transcendence. This is their chance, but the downfall catches Archie and Dodo falls. MCD, that's a 3-for-1 exchange, but at least they finally secured their first trade. Perhaps this could break the spawn camp.
I mean, it could be. It's Proud coming back right now, but T1, they don't want to let anything up. They might be interested to see if T1 invest ults here, if they just want to take the fight, or if they're going to invest ults here just to buy more time. New Era aren't moving that quickly as MCD has gone on to the Kiri now. Similar formation, though. We're just going to take a step out, and they want to invest ults. It's a beat blade at spawn. They have started this one aggressively. And I mean, they sure will win the fight. I'll give them that, T1, but 2 for nothing, and it buys them, what, 10 seconds? Expensive. How many carrots have you got?
I think
mate?
it's less about the... they're 2 really big carrots. But... yeah, I mean, I'm not like throwing gold or nothing, dude. It takes a while to eat them. Anyhow, the thing is, even if it's an expensive fight for T1, it's not just about buying time off the clock. It's about getting back to a 5 versus 5 situation. By investing that beat blade in the 4v5, means that the next fight can once again be a 5v5, because they will force ults from New Era. Dodo pulls the blade. The ruler has already fallen. Dodo has found no kills, 1 kill, but he will go down to Proud. This is still incredibly tough for New Era. T1 finally looking like they're kiting back just a little bit, but it's actually just them chasing Kivus and Spawn. So the Spawn hold still not broken.
Dodo's going to go over to Mei right now just to try and give Ruler a hope and chance. But again, they poke their heads out the door, and now here comes the overclock from Proud. Shields up, though, when they finally dealt with Donghack. That might be the key opening they actually need. Ruler is still getting bullied back by these DPS. MCD is getting camped in spawn right now, but MCD will live. Ruler will just about live. And New Era, they've broken the spawn hold. Only took 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
All New Era need to do now is not lose a fight for the remainder of the first point, even though they're about to come up against a downpour big Kitsune rush on the objective, and there is no longer a Transcendence to keep them going. There is actually a very real chance for New Era to take this one, though. They need to be brave. They need to swing and shoot Mei, but already they've allowed Dongak to flip around. Fortunately, they have gotten a good rotation, and this Mei swap from Dodo is excellent to slow down the enemy's advance. Kitsune rush mirrored on the objective. Overclock as well. Shift aggressive. Ray comes out. Dodo incredibly low, but that is a hero that has an immunity, so probably sitting inside that now. Flip through the Ray, Skewed opting not to teleport. Hot take indeed. Now we've got Proud in the open, but Dongak is ready to secure a kill with Proud together, but it does seem like T1 have lost this exchange. Dongak was not able to find the downpour angle, and New Era, they're going to cap this first point. And I'm going to eat another bite of carrot.
Really well played from New Era to not only flip the map to give them a chance to take that double support up trade, but to avoid the downpour while staying in the raid to survive the beat push as well. So that gives New Era a lifeline on this map. 2.5 minutes back on the clock right now, and maybe this Mei just gives them a little bit of breathing room combined with the Kiri, just a bit more of a durable comp here. Can last a bit longer against the dives, but T1 again on the high ground, looking to go a little bit early if they can. Ruler has walked up, rock onto Skewed right now, can't finish the kill actually, the boot back, Ruler doesn't get the kill, and he'll get punished for that instead, and T1 get to continue to hold the high ground.
Oh, jeez. Ruler was so incredibly close, but there's just nobody there to follow up with him. And if that is the case, finally we see the Hazard switch. We had an identity crisis on first point about this. Finally, we're over to it now. Dodo has actually stuck the Mei post-overtime, and I'm wondering what value we're going to find with that. Even if they can throw down the Blizzard, who on earth are they going to catch? Really, it's only Dongak that can possibly be caught. There's such a slim window of opportunity. Still have to contend with Speed Boost, Suzu, so many different factors. Blade pulled in the spawn by Viper, and already there's a 3-4 player deficit for New Era. So this just wasn't their fight, but at least Proud is traded.
Yeah, it gets a trade out of that. They get the blade out as well, and New Era, they had to wait for their big ult bank really on first point to eventually win the fight here and there. Quite a while off lots of things. They have the Blizzard now, but I don't really know how you use the Blizzard best. Maybe you kind of just have to wait. If Donghack dives into you, then there's an opportunity. It's going to be really tricky for New Era, but the first problem for New Era is just getting through these chokes, and they won't even get a chance as Proud is going to swing early. There is the Blizzard. Proud is stuck in it. It freezes him. There we go. There's your Blizzard value. Onto the Sojourn, of course. And now Ruler into the back, looking for more trades, and suddenly they're finding kills on the front and the back line right now, and all of T1 are going to fall.
No, not a bad fight at all for New Era, to be honest. The fact that they're able to counter out that silly hit scam player's overclock with a Blizzard. I mean, look, sometimes things just fall into your hands. You can see MCD yapping up a storm right now. Not gonna comment any further now that I've acknowledged the existence of MCD. Donghack and Skew both have their ultimates online though, and Dopiopy is closing on a beat drop, so really, New Era, they do have options right now. They can play slow, charge up that downpour, charge up that overclock, or they can try and go fast tempo. Looks like that's the option they're gonna go with. Down, oh my god, Donghack's actually in heaps of trouble on the cart. Suzu has been forced though, and Kivas is in a lot of trouble as well. Will be taken down, no kills secured for New Era right now. Downpour comes out, Archie and Ruler both securing kills. Archie is now glued to the objective. He feels that, yeah, Archie feels that he needs to touch the cart when there's 8 seconds left on the clock, and that is going to be Proud and the gang cleaning up. I feel like we have an emote for that.
Some kind of Proud fellas.
No, Proud girls or something. I did see what Chopper did to RuPaul. No, it was in the works anyway. Just keep watching it. You want to keep talking about football?
I need to make a call, don't I, Chris? Because I only have like 2 hours.
Yeah, but honestly, mate, there's no call to make. I think there's no argument against it, to be honest with you.
You mean against using it in general? I was just thinking of like option A,
I think
of,
you
like,
have to.
tank for minus. Yeah, but is the option tank for -4 and go Arnie slot, or
No, I think
your
it
pitch
can't be
and
that.
do the Everton into the Villa, or Everton into potential Villa, depending who wins?
I think it's tough. Because like the Arnie slot isn't going to outscore, or maybe he outscores Lewis Diaz if Diaz gets benched by like more than -4, you know?
There you go on.
I don't mean to interrupt the football, but if any of your people in your chat want to play marbles just for the love of the game, then just make sure they know where to go. You know, we're space racing again.
I'm gonna play. To be honest with you, I'm gonna play.
I'm gonna play.
Yeah.
We can do a bit of both.
I'll let you
Twitch
keep
TV
going with
/Unter
football, though.
if you want to play.
Alright, and football talk's done. I'm gonna play.
I know. I am still kind of tempted to do the Arnie thing. I mean, how does... Let me read the assistant manager chip again. How does the scoring work? Just basically you get points for a win.
Like wins, goals scored, clean
Oh,
sheets.
for everything.
Oh yeah.
And it's for 3 weeks. Oh yeah, because then Liverpool's 3rd game is also in that Man City game, right? This is where you talk about Villa would be the better double. A few people are also suggesting, what about just triple captain for this week instead? Just stick it on Salah.
Yeah, I think it was fine until the double next week, but I think because like
you're forced to play the
towards
assistant manager 3 weeks in a row, right? Like you just once it starts,
Yeah.
you just
towards
stop.
the end, there's going to be another double game week, but you won't get 2 in a row, reasonably speaking. So like this is if you just think about maximizing games, this is objectively correct.
Yeah, I guess as well, what's true even with this Liverpool double is it's actually far from a guarantee, right? Because that Bournemouth game is actually like that's a tough
fucking
game,
insane.
right?
So
That's
I
a
don't
tough
know.
game, right? Bournemouth's key was losing all of their players, then only having just about 11 left, and then that was their optimal running system. So yeah, maybe it is just a... Let me do it then. So play assistant manager, play chip, and then I just get to sign a person. Oh, David Moyes is actually so cheap as well.
Yeah, that's true. I think because you have 1.5 mil, I think it's perfect because you can do whatever this
I
is.
can literally, that's the most expensive manager, right? So I could even swap. So if I have to swap to Arnie in a week or whatever, it's actually, I don't have to fuck about and do a second transfer or anything or copper -4.
Because I think next week, if let's say Arsenal overcome the odds against Newcastle, which maybe feels unlikely, they double next week, and their double is like something like
The what? Leicester +1.
it's like Leicester plus Chelsea, I think. So that's a really tasty
Okay,
double
actually.
for Arsenal, I
Yeah.
think.
All right. And this doesn't cost me a
Sick.
transfer either. Actually, that's not. So I just like
The
I
first
just sign
one
him.
won't, but
yeah.
next week will. Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you. All right. Confirm and play. Good shout, Chrissy. I 100% wouldn't have just like. You know what I mean? Like I'm just kind of living week to week, if you know what I mean.
You have to be locked in because it all got announced like late yesterday afternoon. So it wasn't like anyone had a plan for this, but I think objectively you had to react to it. I'm gonna ask Max when he gets back, but how the fuck were Squid's damage numbers so insane?
Just for go. Just for go.
Did you guys shit on the Danny draft in the moment?
We did sort of talk about it a little bit in terms of like it was just me. Obviously, Max was
Coaching his heart out.
yeah, he's coaching his heart out, and you know it's actually an uncoachable sweep so far in day one. Unless you count.
I mean, if we
as the most recent guess.
Nah, I don't count him, mate. If we come out unbeaten by the end of this week, it's actually insane for uncoachable, but I think it's a big ask.
It's a tough week. You think as well? I don't think we ever talk about like just get cap on this week. Seems like almost undeniably undeniable now.
It's
You
the
know,
time. It's the capitology time.
seems good to me. Yeah, it talks about it a bit. I don't get the Zen draft a lot. Like the Zen one in particular seems egregious, but also just the fact that they were just stuck. I mean, we were talking about it earlier in the group chat, but like, why did they just play Hazard Mirror when it was so clearly like the flexible team locks in for the same matchup, 3 maps in a row that they are losing. Because even though like you know went to overtime on fucking Root, went to round 3, it felt like they were always losing that mirror in reality, right? Like they were never actually in
I felt the opposite
dominant
on
in it.
Root. I actually felt like TL were the better team on Root, but they like lost every clutch. Like they should never have been full capped on. Like that's an insane blunder
The
to
end
let
of,
them.
was the end of
Yeah.
second where Squid went crazy, and then
But it
even
ended
the
up
one at the
second
end of
and
third
then
as well.
third. Yeah. But I don't know. It feels like from the outside it looks a questionable decision when you had other like if you lose all 3 in the Hazard Mirror and you haven't burned your Hazard ban, that feels questionable. I think there's like a lot of teams that did that yesterday.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those. Everyone just feels like they are the Hazard team at the moment, or that it's like viable for them, right?
Yeah.
But it's certainly turning out not to be true for some teams, you know. Oh, you're ahead. Oh, you're ahead for a split second in Max's race.
I've never come close to winning any of these, but
Have you
I
not?
never use my boost either. But I swear boost is just Kappa, right?
Well, no, you just got to spam boost. Like yesterday, people were spamming boost Kellen, and then he beat Nightmare.
Okay.
So it's something to
I'm gonna try
consider.
and win without boost, without like cheating.
You're just gonna do it no
I'm gonna raw dog it.
raw dog it. Well, you're actually in a neck and neck race with Face, if you can believe it.
Is that the actual face?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I need to beat him. Come on,
You've actually
face,
got a
mate.
lock-in mate for this one. Which manager did I do? I did Moyes in the end. Moyes, but expecting to swap based on how the doubles go. Wait, do I hear bands? Did I miss it? New Era have banned Doomfist. T1 have followed up with an Echo ban. New Junk City. Feels a little bit nothing burger. Both of these bands. Like it's
I think that's rush for you, man.
I mean,
this guy.
New Eras has like the most of like, well, at least we stopped Donghack playing Doom. That's gonna feel, you know. We've at least banned a niche pick here, but unless they're gonna run like a really greedy comp again here, New Era, which I don't think they will. I don't know if the Doom ban's really gonna change anything.
No
And
interest in a Hazard ban? That hasn't been used at Hazard. Or was that used on Havana?
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
But
Wasn't no.
to be honest, I feel like for New Era, map 1 was the closest, so I feel like they shouldn't, like, maybe they want to just force the mirror. Maybe it's like the only sign of hope that they've got.
I'm buffering.
Oh, you're buffering? That's lovely. What number were you buffering on?
25 now, 24, 23, these are seconds, 22, 21,
Don't.
20,
See you,
19,
Sam.
18, 17.
Yeah, we're roughly in sync. You can flick a pause because I fucked it up. Wait, Derpy, thanks for the 70 viewers, mate. It was People's Shield. Appreciate that. Thanks, mate.
Builds up.
Dodo, he's gone up to the high ground straight away, had all of his cooldowns forced. He's backed up to main now, so it does look like T1 have won the space fight to some extent. But Archie, he's got a decent angle to poke out Donghak on the point. Ruler's actually going to go deep. I'm going to be the one trading buffers now, as Dopey is the first to fall. Okay, it's just a dog shit clean feed. Got it.
Yeah, I'm full buffering now. I'm in a loading screen. Do you wanna go native on this? Should we just go to the Korean screen?
Go native?
Is
Be
that
fucking for real, dude. No. I will take decades of buffering before I go back to the Korean stream. Oh, the marbles are on the stream. I just had a massive thing of marbles up the whole time. Thanks. Yes, you can play, actually. You can play.
You actually unironically can play right now. Alright, first fight goes for Way of New Era, and this mirror...
30. What are we saying? I don't even know.
You're slightly ahead. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
It's perfect. It just works.
Rulerbo seems to be out of sync right now. Caught short in main, will get taken down, and nice easy retake in the end for T1. Will be dying on point right now. Just trying to get what capture progress they can. Will be a retake, and we're getting up to the big ult fight right now. But worth noting, slight ray advantage for Skewed, slight beat advantage for Opener here. So New Era have to be a little bit careful in this walk-up, because it looks like T1 are ready to scrap them and fight them early.
It's amazing the things you can do when Opener doesn't get himself first picked. When he's not the opening pick, he will help you open up the enemy team. So much damage coming out already, though. Archie forced to slide away early on, and with this orbital ray, you see a quick judgment from T1. They're going to push onto Ruler. Ruler tries to keep himself alive by countering with the downpour, but it's no hope. That's a 5 versus 1 downpour for all intents and purposes. So that is going to be New Era pissing an ult away into this fight, and really not having any success whatsoever. I hate the carry.
New Era coming back right now. They have that ray advantage to push with, but again, T1, look, they're rotating around early. They want to keep fighting them outside, give them no space to work with. Beat comes out from Opener. MCD will respond with the ray right now. Search nearly has the beat to follow up. Donghak has thrown him a downpour. That's going to force the beat out of Search as well. But the beat just keep him safe. But now defensive ult. No defensive ult for this Blade, and Viper will come in. Takes down one. Should take down a second. 2 for Viper. They've lost Proud. They've tried to run to point here, New Era, because they need to get the touch. But player advantage for T1 as they come back in here.
Yeah, T1, I mean, they've done the right thing. They've won on players. Even if they've lost the cap here, it's going to be really clutch if New Era can turn it. The Blade is pulled by Dodo. He's slashing into a deflect. He's having his ankles snap, but not snap deep enough. And actually, Dodo will take down Viper. Probably should have dashed somewhere else, brother. Anyhow, Overclock pulled by Proud. He is solid with this opening pick onto Dodo as well. That's a carry player right there. And Proud is good for it. Search taken away. That is going to be T1 once again cleaning up the fight. Proud so clean with these Overclocks when he's not getting caught out by a blizzard.
Luckily, there's no blizzard for him to get stuck in now, so he is just free to roam and take some scalps. And T1 will get themselves over the line in this first fight. Did have to pour a lot of ults into it in the end, but Skew just nearly up to his second ray already, and that will be a ray advantage situation as well. So another difficult fight for New Era. And T1 now are actually getting harassed a little bit by New Era on the way in, but they will make themselves safe in this room. They get through the choke point, and now it is Donghak who has control of the choke, looking for this hard wall timing.
Goodness. Donghak, I mean, he's actually just had his ankle snap as the enemy team was fast rotated through the side, but it doesn't seem to matter because Proud is just going to catch MCD unawares on that rotation, flying through the open. So it's a bit of a flashy rotate. They catch Viper out on the way through, but it doesn't matter because they're getting traded 4 for 1. So New Era perhaps trying to reinvent the wheel a little bit there, trying to catch someone out due to the ult deficit, but no value at all.
Nice easy one in the end there for T1 in control of point. Get to keep this Ray for the next fight as well. Have to worry a little bit about Ruler's downpour, but we've seen this interchange of ults so often now. I feel like teams are really switched on to the downpour is going to come out as you press for Ray and he's ready to dodge it. For now, Donghak is still trying to hold this choke. They're just trying to get multiple angles on Donghak to clear him out. But there's the Ray to keep going. Now comes the downpour. And oh, not getting out of that one. OP gets caught in that. And now Proud is left alone in the back. They trade 2 for 1 despite pushing with Ray right now. And Ruler has control of point. Coming back back in, looking for the slash. Will go down for it. Donghack still with a chance to clean up right now. Has the downpour, has the pressure onto the Genji as well, but he's fighting both DPS right now. But Viper is with him, luckily. Slide underneath from Archie. Is that where he meant to go? I guess it works out.
Look, if it works, then surely it was intended. You know, there's no such thing as luck, only pure skill when Archie is concerned. Wall from Dark very nearly walled off little Archie, but he manages to escape by the skin of his pearly whites. Now we have T1 once again securing the flip. Ruler flying in from across the map, misses that slash. Beat comes through from Open, a second beat from Search. Doesn't catch Archie or Ruler. MCD, he actually had the beat, didn't save him though, so he will go down. Even trades, proud for MCD. Deflect forced out from Dodo. You can see he's going deep looking for a kill, but he will not secure it. Ruler, though, he's good for the finishing blow. Viper's got the blade as well. Considering not using it, instead deciding he will just, without elaborating, give up the flip and lose this fight.
Big clutch from New Era, winning that dogfight in the end, and really keeps finding this value onto the backline, actually, turning these what should be more straightforward situations for T1 into really scrappy ones. And now they have control of a point. The chance here, they've got DPS ults and Array to throw into it, New Era. Nearly another downpour. Really great situation. They should have answers for basically all of these ults T1 can throw at them, as long as they can just avoid a situation where Proud takes off too many heads.
Look, if Proud can, you know, maybe if somebody could swap to May and farm up a big Blizzard, we would have a solution.
Oh, he's at it again.
But no, Proud, he pops the overclock, takes down Search in the blink of an eye. Blade Ray combo from New Era, though. Down goes Opener and Viper, so there is an advantage for New Era once again. Proud's overclock actually was not able to get enough value due to that Ray Blade combo in exchange. And looking over to T1's ults right now, feels like they don't have a whole lot of solutions to win this final fight.
No, going to be left a little bit short right now. They're kind of come back in. Proud peeking again. Pressure from the Genji as he tries to fight an angle. Deflex has been burned, and now the blade over top. Viper has gone deep for this one, but Downpour is coming his way. Dodo's been separated, and Viper will be fine actually right now, but this overclock from Archie finishes off Donghack. Has an advantage now for New Era onto point. They've got their Sojourn tucked up at the back of the point, but Viper finds another one onto Search. Now he's turning his attention to Ruler. They need Pocket onto Ruler right now, but he's just getting obliterated. Somehow New Era on the back foot. They have to try and reset inside, but they lose Archie. They're healing up Ruler, and they have to concede the flip. Deflect there as well, and they're able to take over in the end. Important kill from Viper there in that dogfight. And New Era just couldn't seem to reconnect there in that messy situation. Play their numbers advantage. Or their tank
Feels as if
advantage,
we've seen a few of these scenes now from New Era throughout the series where all of the cards are in their favor. They've got ult advantage, they've got player advantage, but they just can't close it out. T1, there's perhaps a little bit of a difference in roster quality here, where T1, their players are just a little bit better at playing their lives, finding these clutch openings, waiting it out, and then pushing back in when they once again have a chance for an advantage. New Era, on the other hand, they get caught running around in circles, getting their ankles snapped on repeat. Their ankles must be very fragile indeed at this point. T1 now double support ultimate, and they might not even need it as Ruler goes rather deep and is taken incredibly low. Skewed invests at Ray, and is there going to be a kite here? What's taking place? Is everyone else? No.
Oh, Joe's in trouble. I'm actually going to catch everyone at the end. It looked like they nearly got everyone out, and it's actually the opposite, in fact. Just Search is going to go flying off the map on that one. A little bit of a helping hand off that ledge. And now T1 with another chance to fight forward. They've got the beat, they've got the downpour for it as well. So, New Era, this has happened to them multiple times. They should be ready for the early hit here. But T1 ready to go to try and force out this raid from MCD.
MCD, it's all in your hands, mate. What can you do to turn the tides? Probably not a whole lot of anything. Donghack, he comes in from the flank, a fast flank with Proud. Donghack doesn't even connect his slash, but Proud will connect the kill onto Dodo. Downpour's mirrored. Both hazards rooted in main. There's an orbital ray rolling for New Era, but MCD, it's rolling away from him. Proud pulls the overclock on the flank. Archie is taken down. MCD, he's AD strafing through the air, but unfortunately there is just no surviving this one. Search has beat. Dodo swapped over to the Tracer for the final touch. Let's get eyes on Search and see if we can get some disappointment.
Oh wait, Dodo's got the touch for him as well. Everyone's come back to chase Dodo out. Recall should be forced now. There's the recall. Beat coming through for Search. It's only a two-person beat right now, so Dodo and Search going to have to do it all themselves. Still getting chased out. Now the blade to hunt down this Lucio. No escape for Search, and it should just be the finisher here. 1 HP on left on that Tracer. 2 kills now for T1, and it's looking like a 3-0 on the New Junk City here, and it's looking like a 3-0 in the series as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not even going to watch the defeat screen. Play another round of marbles, guys. Oh, shit. Chris and Sam, they both finished right next to each other. I hate to say it.
Not the first time that's happened, I'll tell you that for free.
Shocker. Oh, Kurt, what's up, man? Just chilling?
Alright, I'm dropping a play and I'm grabbing a drink. Be right back.
You think we give something away this time, or what are you thinking? This ain't series. It's only day 2. Oh, I'll think about it. Nah, I ain't giving shit away. Fuck that. It's not time yet. Let me win. It's a game of chance, Jelly Misu. You will win when the fates decide it, not when I decide it.
Wait, did you
Ryan,
start
are you in
yet?
here right now? Nah,
Did you
don't
start?
Mate. You got time
Wait.
to play. What am I waiting for? Were you like in the kitchen?
I need to... No. I was in the workshop, you know.
You're in the workshop.
I mean, just
Where is Squid?
watching the codes. But
I'm gonna message.
not paying
There he is. I was gonna message him on Discord. I couldn't find the guy. Oh, Moxie Storm. Thank you very much for the tier 1. Welcome to the Parasocial Friends Club. Lesser known fact that increases your chances of winning in marbles, giving me money. Stop staring at my balls. Alright, I'm going back to CJ. If I'm not in a marbles race, I'm dead or reported missing. You see, one thing that's actually worth noting, Ryan, did you see that all the people that lost today don't play marbles in my stream in North America? Like, there's actually such a strong correlation between winning in NA and playing marbles in my stream. Meanwhile, what have we seen, like, Vega play once? And then that's it.
RuPaul's never played, mate, and that guy was getting...
I've never seen Rupee sign up for a game of marbles, and he's just picked every fight. Like, it's actually... it's just a culture gap, dude. It's just a culture gap. Kellen was in X's chat for marbles straight away. Kellen was in X's chat during the match.
I mean, he keeps it real, you know.
He actually keeps it so real. Who's being interviewed right now? Dark again. That's fucking original.
1세트 사모아 때 뉴에라에게 살짝
Oh,
한번
CommanderX in
하긴
the top.
이때 좀 손이 안 풀려서 그랬었던 건가요?
Oh my god, Chris, this could be it for you, bro.
Wait, am I winning?
Hey, first, mate.
No way.
Go on, mate.
Oh my god, imagine I
And
finally
you've
win.
cleared the first hurdle too? You're like so comfortably in the lead, like... Where am I? Jelly Misu, like, you're just hopeless at this game.
I mean, there's no way I keep this up. Should I boost? Is it real? I feel like every time I ask, it's just a sarcastic response, you know?
Mate, we're on pod with you, bro. Let's see if it does anything. Let's.
I'm
Literally,
gonna
you can
try.
test it
I'm
right
not gonna
now.
cheat. I'm not gonna cheat, man. I'm not gonna cheat. Just keep
So you're
it
gonna win
going.
honest. Just keeping it real for everyone.
Just keep it going, mate. Keep it slow and steady.
Mate, I thought
What
that
do I
we were
win
gonna
if I
use
win?
this for- What do you win if you win? Nothing, mate. It's for the love of the game.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, if you want an anamythic bundle skin, like, I don't even. Oh my god, you're really slowing down here.
Fuck.
You're
How's
actually
everyone?
just banging into every wall, bro. Like,
Wait, how did that?
maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe you get to
Yeah,
sneak
I
around.
think- Yeah, it was. It was just a pathing. It was
Actual
a better
crash. No,
path.
dude, it was a full crash out, dude. Your run is over.
Really?
Yes,
Oh.
bro. You're watching? Like, it's over.
Yeah.
Wait, Ryan, stop. Wait.
Oh.
Oh, no, it's-
I mean, it's okay. It was quite enjoyable. I mean, it was a good first half, you know.
Yeah, no. It's sometimes it's about the journey more than the finish.
Yeah. No, I agree.
He sounded so sad. He says he agrees, but like, have you seen Squid has changed his profile picture on Twitch to a Marvel's on stream thing? He's trying to manifest a win. Like, did I die again? We'll check for you, Jelly Mason.
크레이지
Don't worry.
라쿤과의 경기가 예정돼 있죠. 그곳에도 동학 선수가
Muesli
이
just
레킹볼을 좋아하는 만큼
slacking.
골을 굉장히 좋아하는 선수가
Just
한 명
slacking.
있잖아요.
Actual joke of a
또
performance.
같이 부를 건가요? 다음 주에?
What's this emote?
뭘 불러요?
이렇게 불러 다닐 건가요?
아,
EGVP,
좋은
thank
맵이
you.
나오면
I love how much the
같이
chat listens to the
준비랑
feedback.
레킹볼도 할 수 있을 것 같습니다.
네, 자, 그
Cat is way
선수에게
more
좀 한마디
coachable than any
해주세요.
team I've ever been on.
다음 주에 만나야 되는데.
김이야 너 엄청
Alright.
귀엽다.
Jelly 31st. I don't know if that's a
너무 좀
respectable finish or not.
귀엽더라라고 또 말씀을 전해주셨습니다. 자
Alright,
그리고
it's a
오늘
classic
love of the game
situation,
하고
so
싶은 말씀
get in.
있을까요?
I'm getting in.
Oh.
People you're playing in. I've got first time players in the wrong chat.
내려서
Fighter Escort.
봐주지
Ollie
마시죠.
Bomb.
Ah.
Get yourself over to Hunter's chat, quick.
네, 자 그리고
I will say,
3연속으로
I was saying that none of the
피어
people that
게임을
won
제가
today,
여기서
I mean lost
넘어갈 수가
today,
없어요.
play, but I have actually clocked Admiral occasionally moving in silence to play, so it's not entirely true. But like, we've got full rosters playing. You know, when Squid is here repping for hours on end, like
Did you,
huge
you know,
difference.
yesterday when SSC were playing, you know, Kellen was popping into chat in
Yes,
between
yes, yes.
maps
To play.
When he was dropping
Apologise
play, like,
for at his cage.
boost. Yeah, he dropped in after the cage on Nicheng Tower and was like, sorry for the cage.
I mean, he literally said that in the game as well. I played the comms from the moment, and he just goes, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, he apologized. He
Poor guy.
apologized to all the fans as well. So good on him, you know.
Bertlog is playing. Like, get out. Like, you just linked to Sam somehow. Like, you both spawn in at once. You're just hanging out, and just chopping it up with Sam on a fucking, what day is it? Saturday night? There you go.
Saturday Night Marbles.
네, 알겠습니다.
Keep it choppy.
Nowhere I'd like to be more than in my fucking home on a Saturday night, watching the best games in OWCS Korea. Don't miss the round, everybody. It's now. Ten seconds. I'm starting. If you love the game,
I love the game.
then I hope you press play.
I've done